What's up, YouTube? I'm going to ask this question. Did Steve Nash catch the kind of hate that Shea Alexander catches? Yeah, there are people like myself who felt Shaq should have got the MVP in '04, maybe Dwayne Wade the following year or something. And Nash got the back, and some people, because he was a late bloomer when he developed as a point guard. Shea Alexander, SGA, hasn't been a late bloomer. 3 straight years of 30 plus points and 5 or 6 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists, 50% shooting, and an elite defender. The people have just the issue that they are pushing Jokic. I pushed it for Shaq, and some of us did when he went to Miami, but it wasn't blown as it is now. I don't recall Steve Nash catching half the hate for his MVPs that Shea is about to get on a team that does have a better record. Because at least back then, Nash and Phoenix, for as great as they played, and Mike D'Antoni's incredible offensive schemes and all the bells and whistles, that was the same record that Miami Heat had. Same record. So I was trying to justify it. What did he do so special? And we look at Shea. He's got this Pistons announcer saying he may be the MVP, but he's not the best player in the world. And I don't recall people saying that back then. We talked amongst ourselves, but people weren't trying to downplay it. Now, these two cats are both from Canada, too. So this is a Canadian thing. So, Ontario, Canada, come on here and speak. Oh, Canada, speak on this. I haven't seen anyone else really venture into this one, but it definitely got under my nerves. I like Shea a lot. I like the way he runs point. And they lost a game to Houston, and he bound to have an off game. I mean, he can't be doing it up every night. But the way they was playing, they looked like they may have been going for 70. I don't know. They've been one of the most disrespected teams that are pushing an upward trajectory of 60 plus wins that I've seen in a long time that ain't really been getting the kind of due they should have. They've been downplayed, because there's been an agenda because people want to push the Jokic narrative or they don't buy OKC. I watch these heads on sticks. I will give Windhorse and Stephen A to an extent credit for saying they think OKC can come out the West and win it all. Come out the West anyway. But these other folks saying they too young, maybe next year. And Shea has been consistent with his. He ain't have no Steve Nash miracle or whatever that all of a sudden that you become elite. He been consistent. The guy brings it every night on both sides of the court. And I'm wondering, and he did this a lot without Chad Hogan playing. I'm wondering, why the Shea hate, why they, because Jokic is playing great, no questions about it. But is he doing anything more than what Shaquille O'Neal did when Shaq had went to Miami, come out for 4 finals appearances, 3 Pete? They all act like Jokic then been dominant, and then all of a sudden, like he went somewhere else, and then like this, it's not even the same. So why? Why wasn't that energy for Steve Nash as you got against Shea? This is going to be a real interesting battle for Canada because if Shea goes and wins league MVP, which he should, and they go and win the chip, how does that make people look against Steve Nash? Oh, and if you want my honest opinion, I'm going to tell you right now, Shea is better already. Before you start bringing up the 50, 40, 90 and all that, what Nash did, this guy plays it on both sides of the ball. He is the real deal. But I don't think Nash caught quite the heat. He did catch heat. There were people who felt Shaq got robbed. They felt Kobe got robbed. Dwayne Wade. Those 3. But they moved on. In fact, it did wonders for Nash. Except when he, could never get his team to past the Western Conference Championship. And then, of course, he went to Lakers and he got old and burned out. And now he's a podcaster hanging out with LeBron James. And that'll be another head coaching job. I don't know if he really should do that again. Since Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant basically made him look like he was incompetent in Brooklyn and said, oh, he's just the coach. We'll do what we do. And they pretty much did what they did and he got fired. So, anyway, I don't think Steve Nash caught half the burns that Shea did. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not taking nothing from Nash, but he was an interesting late, how he and he was a good player. Don't get me wrong, But when I remember Skip Bayless saying he was saying coming to Magic and Showtime, I'm like, y'all need to stop. If they're trying to say he was better than John Stockton, I said, y'all need to stop. He was a guy that was almost like a flash in the pan. Athletic, could play, yes. But this guy that was somehow, it never registered that he was going to go to another. He had played with Dirk and he didn't get it done. Mark Cuban didn't see it. Didn't see the magic in him. Played in D'Antoni's system, looked great. But what happened? I see a dude in Shea Alexander. Shea keeps getting better. I don't think people really understand this guy keeps getting better with each year. And we're not talking about no knocking the Nash is 18, 16, 18 points a game, 11 dimes. That's impressive in 5 boards. Look at what Shea is doing on a high percentage, 30 plus 3 straight years. The dude's a 24.6 career scorer. Far cry from his Clipper days. Let it sink in. He's still got another 4 or 5 years of peak and prime. We don't know where that's going to go. But I want to see if Jokic doesn't win another championship, what are they really trying to? What's the real agenda? And all I'm asking is, how come Steve Nash didn't catch the same hate that Shea Alexander's catching? Because SGA is actually gotten better and better and better and making his team better. And unlike a lot of people downplay OKC, well, no, they don't have an Amari Stoudemire type, Shawn Marion type per se. They don't have those guys. So that makes Shea even more impressive when you think about it. Or a coach that was as flashy as D'Antoni. Would you imagine what Shea Alexander would have been like with a Mike D'Antoni? Something to ponder. And for people to say, well, Steve Nash would thrive today, he would. But would he be Shea good? And since they don't play no defense, that might help him out too. But would he be Shea good? See, this is deeper than you think. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.